There is no evidence. I mean, based on this very sort of cursory search, just looking at if you put that kind of exit velo and launch angle into a ball, what does it do? It's, if anything, traveling less far this year.
Big weekend for the Mets. They swept the Blue Jays. Friday's game, you have Alonso and Soto contributing big time. Here's Pete going long, reaching for one across the plate, taking it opposite field. And that's one of the more pitcher-friendly ballparks in baseball. Pete's got dumb strength, but Gary Cohen, the play-by-play guy for the Mets, who does an awesome, awesome job, said,
I mean, you've got to be awfully strong to do that, but that was a shocking home run. Shocking. Even for Pete Alonso to hit a home run in that fashion is really not something you ever expect. It certainly makes you consider what might be going on, whether the baseball might be a little bit more jumpy than it was last year.
Juiced ball madness takes over for the next 24 hours on social media. Do you see anything, AJ?
No. You know how you hit home runs, Kratz? Extension out front. He was fully extended when he met the ball, and it was out front. I know Oppo, it's a long way there in Citi Field, but Pete has hit – the home runs Pete's hit this year have been to right center and to center field, right? So he's obviously – and how do you pitch Pete? You got to crowd him, right? You want to let Pete have a big year? Everyone just throw him away and see how many balls. Remember the Devin Williams home run? Where did he hit it? Right field. You're going to have to crowd Pete. You can't just let him go up there and get extended and use all that polar bear power that he has. You're going to have to crowd him. And if you don't, the balls aren't juiced any different. I don't believe. I mean, I think it's a funny topic to talk about because the balls have changed here and there year to year. But this year, it's too early to tell. But Pete's a strong son of a gun.
I don't see the juiced part of it. And if there's somebody that can do that in that fashion, it's Pete. The dude's got elite power. And it was a heater. To me, he kind of did the same thing in Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's big down the line. It's not big in the gaps, but it's big down the line. I don't know. I got to see a bigger sample size to say if the balls are juiced or not. Like I think 2019 when they admitted, you know what, we had a couple batches that we wound a little tighter to see the balls fly out of the yard.
Ask the Braves if they're juiced.
True.
Ask the Reds. They obviously didn't get the juice.
They didn't get the juice ball in the demo either. They're not using torpedo bats, and they didn't get the juice balls. The Yankees must have both.
Well, they set the record, right? Most home runs to start a season. We're talking about such a small set of games to start the year. Things get overblown at the start of the season, right? If this stretch happens in mid-June, it's whatever. But, yeah, I mean, some of the nerdy scientist people online were pointing out ball flight and basically saying everything looked pretty normal right now. But my question was, Kratz, how many teammates would bring this up, right? Like on a particular year. Did guys talk about, the baseball this year, man, it feels like it's juiced this year? Or did you get that talk much when you were playing or not really?
Yeah, it was from pitchers. And honestly, you could tell. You can pick up a baseball. We do it millions of times in our career. You can tell when you get a ball that you're like, there's something a little different. And the biggest thing I saw, I mean, this is a drastic difference, is the AAA ball to the big league ball when they combined them and when they put all big league balls in the minor leagues, and I think AA and AAA, I know definitely AAA. That's when people really started to notice the difference in a big league ball and a AAA ball, because you have pitchers who aren't as good and hitters who have as much power, but they're not as good. So when it's contacted, the ball's traveling a ton. So that's the only time you really notice it, but not from park to park or season to season, rarely, unless something big is made like that.
By the way, so we had Matt Strom on last week, right? And he was talking about the torpedo bats and how he doesn't really care, and they should let the pitchers use stuff or whatever. I talked to him about this weekend, and I said, what do you think? And he goes, listen, let them do whatever they want. They want to use metal bats, just make it all equal so us pitchers know how to combat. And I'm like, Matt, you don't want them to use metal bats, dude. Someone could literally. He goes, yeah, the BB core. And I go, dude, you don't want a big league hitter using a metal bat. I don't care what kind it is. But it was what he said was true. He just wants everything to be equal. That was more the point. He's like, I don't care. Just make it equal so as pitchers we know how to combat it. And that's kind of where I feel. But this is way too early to start talking about juice balls. Like, come on, people.
More in a minute, but first, a quick word from our sponsor of this video. Kratz, do you like spending an hour on grocery shopping?
Nope. Speed up the process, please.
Introducing Hungryroot to the FT fam.
Now we can all be bougie with our own personal shopper to handle the food shopping, including recs based on what you're looking to put in your body.
I stack my Hungryroot box with items like gluten-free, dairy-free, blueberry waffles for breakfast, shrimp veggie bowls for lunch, and a little filet mignon with potatoes and broccolini for dinner.
You can also say just, hey, Hungryroot, I eat paleo, or I'm vegetarian, and they load up your cart with personalized recommendations.
And those recs keep evolving as they learn about what you're into. Also, no BS, as in no artificial sweeteners or preservatives in any of Hungryroot's food. You're going to love Hungryroot as much as FT does. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/FT and use code FT. That's hungryroot.com/FT, code FT to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. And now back to the video. Hannah Kaiser joining us, our good friend, and everyone check out her newsletter, brand new, with her buddy Zach Kreiser. They worked together back in the day, not that long ago, but they do a great job together. They're an awesome duo, so it's called The Bandwagon. Please check it out, look it up. Go to Hannah's Twitter right now and sign up, please. Anyway, Hannah, good to see you. And we were just continuing our conversation earlier about Juice Baseballs. You covered that a little bit in one of the recent newsletters. Can you give us a little insight?
Yeah, you guys were referencing that Pete Alonso home run in the first inning of the home opener, right? That's what. Okay, I was there. I was watching the game. I had the headphones in to be listening to the broadcast. This is. I don't want to be slandering Mets broadcast. Best broadcast in baseball, absolutely. And I love that they tell it like it is, and that they are authentic, and they're not super homers in that way. But pretty quickly they were like, oh, that's like interesting that ball got out. Maybe the balls are a little extra juicy, a little jumpy this year. And so I just plugged into the StatCast search balls specifically in March and April, because I know that the weather changes things. But March and April 2022 to 2024, looking at balls that had similar exit velocities and launch angles to the one that Pete Alonso hit that went out of the park. And on average, those balls were traveling, I think it was like 7 feet further than Pete Alonso's ball did. So I think it's just that they got fooled by how strong Pete is. Sometimes he takes what looks like not a full swing and a ball goes out of the park. They are not extra jumpy. I have had that thought watching some swings this year. Maybe it is just the bats. I don't think he was using a torpedo bat, but no, there is no evidence. I mean, based on this very sort of cursory search, just looking at if you put that kind of exit velo and launch angle into a ball, what does it do? It's, if anything, traveling less far this year.
Maybe it was just piss poor pitching. I don't know. Oh wait, sorry. Were you allowed to say that, Keith? I'm just asking. But what I want to know is the torpedo bats and this and that. And I was just in Philly for the Dodgers and Phillies, and I talked to somebody, and I think it was, I don't know who it was, one of the players, and they said, oh, so and so hit a ball 112 with 27% launch angle, and it didn't go out of the park, and the wind was blowing in, and it was cold. So is it just April and people are overreacting, and we haven't got a lot of games yet? So let's everybody just take a deep breath, go Gucci, and calm down?
Yes, it is. That's exactly. The other thing that I noticed, putting those sort of same parameters in, just looking at, I think it returned like 95-ish hits, like close to 100 balls that had similar launch angles, similar exit velocity over those 3 seasons. And you don't always get the same result, is what it turns out. You're sort of just as likely to get a home run as you are to get a long fly out. That's what's fun about baseball. It's played in different conditions. It's played in different ballparks. It's like, as much as we can quantify things, we can't always quantify what exactly is a home run swing or a home run hit. So yeah, it's April, it's early. We have a relatively small sample size. That's the other thing. In baseball, you accumulate a lot of games, a lot of at-bats, a lot of balls in play pretty quickly, but it's still relatively small compared to the size of sample sizes that we're used to dealing with when we're talking about, well, what are the balls doing year to year?
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.